Hello friendos, it's Bella from the Bookish Badger, and today I'm coming at you guys with an original tag called the Comfort Book Tag. We're living in kind of crazy times right now, so I figured what better thing to do than focus on some light and focus on some positive and talk about things that are comforting and warm and fuzzy to us. Plus, it's been quite a little bit since I have posted a video, so I figure what better way to make a little bit of a re-entrance than by hopefully spreading some positivity. And of course, since this is an original tag, I will be writing out all of the questions and putting them in the description box down below so that it makes it a little bit easier for those of you who would like to participate. So without further ado, let's get into the tag. Question number 1 is I Always Come Back to You, a book that you consider your comfort read. And for that question, my answer is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I adore this book with my whole heart. I think I consider this one a comfort read because it's very atmospheric. There's a lot to get into as far as the atmosphere goes, and it's like a lot of beautiful and really vivid settings. And along with that, the characters are a part of a group that I would just love to be a part of. And it's so comforting to me because, like, even the other night I couldn't sleep, which rarely happens because I am a pro sleeper, if I do say so myself, but the other night for some reason I just could not fall asleep. And then finally the last thing I did was I turned on the Raven Boys audiobook on Spotify, which it is on Spotify, by the way, so you have no excuse to not listen to it, and it is very well narrated. But anyway, I turned it on Spotify and it finally made me fall to sleep. That was like the only thing that could finally get me to fall to sleep. And I don't mean because it's boring or anything. I just mean because it's like so relaxing. It's such a nice story to fall into. It's just a wonderful book, and I would highly recommend. And this is my comfort read. Question number 2 is Let's Hang Out, a character that you would like to have a cathartic chat with. And for that one, I picked Anne from Anne of Green Gables. Listen, Anne is such a dreamy character. She has such an imagination, and I think that it would just be like so lovely and peaceful to just like sit down and talk with her, because she would really take you off into like forgetting about all of your problems and just being like a wonderful human, a wonderful energy to be around. So I would love to have that sort of like cathartic chat with her. So Anne is my answer. Question number 3 is I Am Here For You, a character who you would like to comfort. And for that, I'm gonna hippity hoppity back on that Raven Boys property because my answer is Adam Parrish. Now, when people think about the Raven Boys and troubled characters, a hurt character, they probably automatically go to Ronan Lynch. But my answer is Adam because he's got so much that he just like bottles up, whereas Ronan is very outward. He knows how to deal with his anger in a way, and not that it's like a good way to deal with his anger because it's a lot of like punchy, but I feel like Adam doesn't have that outlet as much. He just keeps so much inside until finally he like blows up in a big argument, and I just want to sit down with him and be like, hey bud, if you want to talk, I'm here for you. I care about you. I love you. Like, I'm always here when you need me. What can I do for you? Like, how can I help? I just want to be like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, Adam. So I'm going to go with him. Question number 4 is peace, a line or a quote from a book that always brings you some inner peace or lightness or brightness or happiness whenever you hear it. And for me, that line is from Harry Potter. It's actually from The Prisoner of Azkaban, but this is the first one I grabbed. It is a quote by Albus Dumbledore, and it is, of course, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. And I'm smiling even like saying it because it just is such a reminder to be like, okay, even in bad moments, there are good things, and I know that it is so easy to just spiral out of control and micro focus in on the things that are going wrong, but it is so nice and so nice to be reminded to zoom out and look at the bigger picture, look at some of the things that are going right, even if they're not as big as the bad things that are going on, even if they're periphery, but to just laser focus in on some good things in times when you really need it. Question number 5 is home sweet home, a fictional home or space that you feel like would be a very comforting place to be in. And for me, I'm turning to Harry Potter again because I am going to say the Burrow, which is the Weasley family home. And I think the reason why I find this so comforting, the thought of the Weasley home, is because it reminds me a lot of my own home in the Weasley home. You know, they don't live in a big mansion. It's not necessarily the most pristine place, but there's so much love to be had in the Weasley home, and it's the same with my house. We don't live in a giant house, but we all love each other, and we're all around, and we're always there for each other, and so that is why my pick is the Burrow. Question number 6 is tastes like love, and there are actually 2 prompts for this question, so you can either pick which one you prefer or you can answer both. The first one is a fictional food that you feel like would be your comfort food if you could have it, or you can pick a comfort food recipe from your favorite cookbook or just your favorite comfort food recipe. And for this prompt, I'm going to go with the latter. My favorite comfort food recipe is from this cookbook. It is my favorite cookbook. It is the Cookies and Cups cookbook by Shelley Duronsky. I totally knew that before looking at the cover. I don't know what you're talking about. And my comfort food recipe from this book is the salty brown butter chocolate chip cookies. They are so good. For a lot of people, if you ask them what their comfort food is, I feel like a lot of people would say chocolate chip cookies, but these like take it up a notch, you feel. And plus, when I'm craving something, it's usually either something really salty or something sweet and particularly chocolatey. So this combines both, and they are so good. You can tell I've done this one a couple times. I've got like notes on it and whatnot, but I would highly recommend this recipe. I know that she has a blog, and oh, they're so good and so comforting when it's something that you're craving. Question number 7, All Was Well, an ending to a book that gives you the warm and fuzzies. And for this one, I'm going to go with I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This book is such an emotional ride. There is so many heartfelt and heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching moments in this book. So many heartbreaking speeches and uplifting speeches, just so many things in this book. But the ending, the way the story wraps up, is such a light of hope and of comfort, and it's just such like a beacon. It just like washes over you like sunlight. It is a beautiful ending. I couldn't have thought of anything better if I tried, so I am going with I'll Give You the Sun. Finally, question number 8, spread some love and tag some people. Of course, this is a tag. You can't have a tag without the tagging question. What are you, insane? So, since this is a new tag, I will be tagging a ton of people down in the description box below, so go look for your name. And if you're not there, still feel absolutely free to do this if you want to. I would love to see as many people as possible doing this tag, and out of the people who I tag in the description box, I will be adding as many of them as I can on Twitter, so hopefully everyone who is tagged will see it, and then more people will get tagged, and more comfort and love and peace will be spread, and all will be well. Alright, that is pretty much it for this video. Please comment down below what you thought of this video. This is my very first original tag, so I really hope that you liked it and that it goes over well. Please let me know if you want to do this tag. Please let me know if you're watching sometime in the future and you've already done this. Please send your links in the comments because I would love to watch the videos of everyone who does this tag. If you enjoyed this video, do not hesitate to give it a thumbs up. Do not hesitate to subscribe for more content coming soon, and I will see you in the next video. Bookish Badger signing off.